And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace. The weekend is over. We're into a new month.
Yes.
Let's see. The clock fell back on Saturday night. We had Halloween, and a lot of things went on.
I know. We had a moon to look at, a real pretty moon, and it was like a full Halloween moon, too.
But where does this blue moon thing come from? Because I didn't see no blue moon.
I don't know. My mother said that, you know how you can see the images within the moon?
Yeah.
That looked a little grayish blue, but that always is there.
Over here in Center Hill, we didn't quite see it that way. We saw a big old orange moon outside.
Right, but it was so bright. The moon was it was very bright. I mean, you could have, it just lit everything up.
That's those nights when you're deer hunting, you can sit there forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it is pretty fun to be able to sit there at night and just see it's daylight.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing. Mm-hmm. Of course, y'all went trick-or-treating. I got to see you and your outfit.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah.
You sure that wasn't an outfit?
It wasn't no, I wasn't dressed up. We had a little Black Panther with us, though.
Yeah,
he was.
I called him Batman by mistake.
Yeah, he was real quick to correct him. Whew. I'm not Batman. I'm the Black Panther.
Is there a new movie that I hadn't seen?
It's a Black Panther, superhero movie or something, but it's not new. I mean, it's kind of, I guess it's a couple years old or something, I guess.
I missed it. I was thinking of the Black
I haven't seen it.
Panthers and that political group. That's what
No, I wouldn't have let him dress up like that anyway. But
I saw did you see the...
I think it looks like Batman, too, though, so.
Did you see the meme on Facebook that said you can't go as Hunter Biden?
No.
The little boy with the...
Oh, no.
It was funny.
No.
But that came about over the weekend. And, of course, that time, are you adjusted to this new time?
Well, I mean, it hadn't phased me yet. But, getting up, trying to have, more of the daily routines pretty soon, it will. So
your vote for the hour back or the hour forward, if you could have your vote on it?
Well, it gets daylight sooner,
right.
now. So, I mean, I kind of like it.
But see, I prefer the afternoons where you can do more after you get off work.
I do like that.
She's one of those 50-50 people
I
that
like
you can't
it to be lighter longer in the evening. But at the same time, that kind of gets me every time because I'm thinking, I can just keep going and doing. Next thing I know, it's 8 o'clock and I haven't gotten supper finished. I hadn't gotten all this stuff done, and we're trying to get in the bed at 11 o'clock at night.
Before long, 7 o'clock will feel like midnight.
Yes.
Because, if you work for a living, you come in, it's been dark.
I know.
And it's very depressing.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I get home from work, of course, now I'm taking off a little earlier. After I usually take off around 2:30 or so to go get my son. But I've always worked till 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And so on those days, it's hard when the time changes to get anything done when you get home because it's dark.
Yeah, it is.
You can't cut the grass unless you got a spotlight on. Look like a redneck with my spotlight out there.
Who hadn't done it before? Headlights on your car parked out there. We can finish that little spot.
Zero turns need headlights.
Yes, they do.
Zero turn lawnmower. That's what they're missing. They're missing some headlights.
Eventually, we'll get cabin air conditioning with that and won't be able to afford it anymore. It'll be like the price of a new car that's $80,000 all of a sudden.
Yeah.
To what?
So, I know.
Anyway, that's our thoughts on that. Right around the corner, we're going to tell you about that frost that may be coming. Also, we got some local and some national headlines. All that's coming up with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. Don't go anywhere. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply will be opening up those doors here in just a little bit. They're going to have plenty of mums and pansies and things for the fruit trees for your outside during these winter months to spruce things up. And on the inside, as we've talked before, Christmas season is here, and that decor is 25% off. So drop by, take a look at all of this. It'll be something nifty to add to your collection of Christmas stuff. Work boots galore. If you're needing a pair of work boots, this is the place to head to. From your Georgia boot to your Ariat, any of those, and of course mud boots, so you keep your feet dry throughout the winter. As we move into deer season, we've talked about this a lot of your pop-up blinds. Boy, they're one of the handiest things on the go. You can put these together quick. This one in particular is the doghouse, and of course they've got scales. They've got any scent that you may be looking for. The no scent. They got all the spray. If you're looking for tink spray. Whole collection of that, from deer feeders to the gravity fed to the Moultrie feeders that are the varmint proof. They've got those. Also, you'll find all of the deer attractants that you're looking for there. These are just some of the ones: the Power Station, the Sugar Beet, the heaters. Boy, if you want to keep warm this deer season, this is it. This might be one of those mornings that you're waking up, got to do something outside. It's handy to have with you. And of course, they've got the blocks, the molasses blocks, Sugar Beet Crush, deer cameras. Now, there's several ways to go about this. You can use the traditional SD card camera, or you can step on up to the automatic cameras that shoots it to your cell phone. Not only, you don't have to use this strictly for deer season, you can use it for security around the house. If you got an area that you want to watch, somebody pulls up, it sends you a picture. It's a great way to do that. And of course, the new camera, the 360, this you take this wheel, it operates from your cell phone. You can turn it any direction, take pictures, zoom in, zoom out. A nifty new thing that they've come out with. You'll like that. Also, if you've got some seed that you need to put out, you got a pasture that isn't quite done yet, triple wheat, yeah, they got all of that to take care of all that wheat, ryegrass, oats, and of course, what they've always done, taking care of that cattle, yep, horses, corn, all galore, and a new gun department with all the scopes and anything that you might be looking for, including all of your ammunition, right there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Drop in and see them today, and they want to earn your business. A great co-op right here in Meridian to help you in any way that you may be needing it. Well, as we go toward weather this morning, have you been outside? Yeah, a little nippy this morning. So that's it is very, very chilly outside, as a matter of fact. So let's turn to the forecast this morning.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
And the National Weather Service tells us that today's going to be sunny and gusty. If you'll notice that frost this morning is going to lie up near Columbus, all across this line to Cleveland. Our area not so much as chilly out there, but as we roll into tonight, will be a different story for our area as we see that we'll have frost in the morning when you wake up on the wind chill. It's going to be somewhere around 33 degrees tonight. Very, very cold, and that frost will be out there. So when you wake up from Meridian all the way to Vicksburg, Clark County, Jasper, all of these areas, Philadelphia, on up to Kosciuszko area, we'll have that tonight. So be prepared. If you don't want to warm up your car, put you some boxes over it, cardboard box over your windshield. That'll stop it. Also, as we look at temps over the next 2 days, we're still warming up there over the next few days. It'll take a little bit for this cold front to get back in here, so expect those highs to be in the 70s. As we look at storm predictions for today, only two areas here, one off at the southern tip of Florida, and then also out here in Arizona, Utah, Nevada, California, kind of riding the four states there in that corner. Of course, you got snow up in Pennsylvania, those areas drastically cold, where you go, woof. I just want to pass over in a car. I don't want to get out. It's nippy up there. And, of course, Etta has turned into a hurricane. She's tootling along this morning at 75 miles an hour, and the path of this doesn't look to bother us at all. It's going to be going into Mexico in these areas here is what is being forecasted. Now, again, don't forget, November, December is also a very weather month for us. And make sure you're prepared with a weather radio from Hoopers. They've got plenty. Get you one. Be prepared for whatever comes about that'll wake you up, make sure you know what the weather's doing. So be prepared on that. All right, let's go take a look at temperatures this morning of what's going on locally and kind of nationwide here as we pull this up. We move into Keyfield Meridian this morning, and we're pulling in at 41 degrees. So we're going to be almost 10 degrees cooler in the morning. Not quite 10, but we'll be right around 33, so about 8 degrees difference. It's 40 this morning at NAS Meridian, 46 in Jackson. As we go up to Columbus Air Force Base, 36. Tupelo checking at 37. They got the cool temperature in the state this morning. As we go on up into Tennessee this morning, you go up to Nashville, and we're looking at 35 degrees right outside of Murfreesboro, 28, 30. They're at that freezing mark there throughout the state there in Tennessee, Asheville. And the colder you get up in here, look at these 26s and areas here in the north. There's a reason we live in the south, isn't it? We like it nice and warm. That's a quick look at the weather side of temps and everything that's going on this morning. Let's look at who is still without power due to the hurricane that came in that was just rough on everybody. As we pull this up to take a look at this. Louisiana this morning, still 29,000 people without power. The state of Mississippi at 29,000. And these are drastics. A lot of these were at 100,000, so they have been working nonstop to get this going. Alabama is down to 63,000 people. Georgia is down to only 12,000. As we go into North Carolina, we're at 18,000. And in Virginia, they're at 20,000. So as this storm went across here, it was drastic. Tore up a lot. I don't know if y'all know on the way to, if you go to Mobile out of Meridian, you go to 45 and you get to Tulane and you get to Central Nail. It'd be your first Hardee's at that red light, Central Nail, Alabama. that town is pretty much torn up. It hit it pretty hard. Trees were down all over the city. I read an article on that last night. Houses are damaged beyond fixing in the area. So keep Centronel, and that's just a place that's close to us that you would probably know. There's a lot of damage in that area. So our thoughts and prayers go to everybody out there. There's still folks in Louisiana who hadn't gotten over the first one that hit, and then a second one, and then this bad boy came along. It's been a hurricane season for us here in the Deep South. So as we always do, we pull together and work together to get everybody back up and rolling once again. So keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers as they still go about their business trying to get back to their normal life.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
And welcome back with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. As we begin this Monday morning, a lot of people turned out to Northcrest Baptist and also to MCC for the candy that was given out last week. And we failed. I just forgot to mention that.
Yeah. And like we didn't go through those. We went through Pine Forest out in our area. It was a neat little drive-through trunk or treat. I guess most of them were probably drive-through, don't you think?
Yeah, at this point, yeah. That'll change it. Maybe we hope next year.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it was good to have something. It was nice, but it was cute to see all the
outfits,
different outfits. Yeah.
Like I said, I've been scanning Facebook, looking at everybody's little police
A lot
outfit.
of people dressed up, and it really surprised me, this Yellowstone show.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people dressed up as the Yellowstone characters, and a lot of them were kids. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, why do kids know about Yellowstone?
Because it's got some vulgar language.
Is not something I'd let my kids
That's mom and daddy, actually doing it.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm just saying. And it was cute, though. A couple of them, I was wondering if they were Hank Williams Jr.
I saw that. I thought that too, and then it hit me.
Yeah, I thought it was a Hank Williams Jr. look-alike.
And then I saw a couple people dressed as the St. Louis couple with the AR-15. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
That was pretty funny.
I did not see that.
Well, tomorrow is the big day. We've waited quite some time for this. There's been millions upon millions of dollars spent for what's coming tomorrow. It's the election. And I thought we'd go over the sample ballot for Lauderdale County as to what is out there. So let's jump in there and pull this up here, what we've got here. This comes from Donna Gill's office here. And again, up for president here on the left side is what you've got. Biden is the first one. Donald Trump is next. And then there's a whole bunch of other people. And at the very bottom there is Kanye West. He did make the ticket like you mentioned.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you go to the right side of the ballot. You start out with, for Senate, Mike Espy or Cindy Hyde-Smith, or a Libertarian, Jimmy L. Edwards. That's up for that. And all you do is circle the one you want. And then you go down to the House of Representatives 3. That's Dorothy Dott, Benford, and Michael Guest. You choose between those two. Then next you go to the Supreme Court Justice. And then you'll have the non-partisan judge election for Supreme Court Justice. Boy, that is a mouthful. And
yeah, that is. Now, these are going to be the electronic, like normal, or you don't pencil it in, right? I don't know. It says write in, though. I mean, I would think. I don't know.
Where we vote, it's you push button it.
Yeah, that's ours, too. So
but
I guess, I don't know.
This is what the ballot will look like. It pulls up on your screen. And I
Okay.
guess if something went down, you could use the pencil version.
Okay.
But anytime, I think in most of these, if you do a write-in, like the flag, don't be doing that.
Yeah, don't.
You get down here to, Chuck, Election Commission District 1. You've got one person running for that. Let's see, then you've got Election Commissioner. Some of these, I'm going to tell you, I've never heard of until, boom, it's looking at you. And you're probably like me. You hadn't thought about this or heard of them until you're standing there and you go, who have I heard of?
Yeah.
And then you choose the name that you've heard.
Now, I have heard of Awana.
Yeah.
I've done her hair a long time ago.
And then for, let's see, Commission District 4, Gloria Dancy, and then the same thing in District 5, and then School Board. All right, and this is the one that's tricky here. This is about marijuana in the state of Mississippi. You have to vote twice on this. You have two places to mark for approval of it or against both of them. Approval for it or against it, and then you choose which one you want here. I'm hearing a lot of people in favor of the 65 instead of the 65A. You might want to do some research on that before you go to the polls. One is for medical marijuana only, and the other is for being able to sell it, open up a store. It'd be the first one would be for a doctor to do, and not hippies hanging all over the street, I guess. Is that the right way to put it?
Yeah, right.
So dig a little bit into that. And then statewide ballot. Now, what this would do here is it does away with the electoral college vote in Mississippi on election should there be a tie between the governor and it was not decided. It would go to the House and then they would vote on it. This would make it to where it has to be popular vote in the state of Mississippi is what that one is. Your decision on how you want to do that. Same thing with the very next one. It's yes or no on this flag of adopting it. Not any other flag out there, just this particular flag. If you don't like it, you click no. If you love it and think it's the most wonderful thing you've ever laid eyes on, you would click yes. And that sort of sums that up. And I probably do need to go back and do a little bit more research on the 65 and the 65A of which one is which. But do a little research on that, and we'll do that today and have that for you tomorrow before you go vote. As you're going to the polls, we'll have that in the morning. Which one means what?
The electoral college vote and the popular vote. What's your opinion on
electoral college, because what you do, like in the United States, you take these small southern rural areas, the farmlands. You get these big cities that have these millions and millions of people, and they can just do away with whatever the small town people want. That way, it gives them a voice.
Okay.
A great episode, go back and dig up Charles Ingalls. It'll really, on Little House on the Prairie, it shows that little farmer out there who needs something, and you've got the big city voters who want to do away with what their needs are. And that's what it's really and truly about, the outnumbered, of having an equal voice.
What about presidential
Yes,
elections?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm 100% on that.
Okay.
You?
I don't know. I'm kind of torn because I know that
Trump would not be your president if you had.
You think?
She won the popular vote last time.
Okay, well maybe that's. But I wonder this year
you have
though,
millions and millions of people who live in these large cities that are primarily Democratic instead of Republican, and then the rural route. Not always, but the rural route is more Republican way of thinking, and then is more aggressive in the larger cities.
Okay.
And that that's what she was so mad about.
Yeah.
Was she won the popular vote, and that's what Biden wants to do is do away with the electoral college. I mean,
I'm
chunk it in the
surprised they
garbage
hadn't
can.
already done that to.
Well, they want
to
it
suit themselves.
Because
for this go around,
and the last time it happened before that was the Chad vote. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Bush did not win the popular vote.
I would think if they get it this time, though, there'll be a lot of changes
It's coming
in 4 years.
Yes, it would. Everything that Trump has done will be undone.
Yeah.
That's basically, and he said that he's going to do some undoing.
I have heart palpitations just thinking about it. I'm serious. It makes me nervous.
But
it just makes me nervous.
When they made the country, they'd done that for the smaller places to have an equal voice, just like the city did.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court, keep it at 9. Don't be putting more people in there to outweigh and do it your way.
Yeah.
So
I am so sleepy, y'all. If y'all see me fighting back a yawn, I'm
Bless
so
her
sorry.
heart.
I'm just like, I need a big old cup of coffee about this time.
Oh,
Sorry.
and as we move on to other stories that went on, the president did it. They did a rescue on this. And, this is very risky. If you'll remember, what's his name tried this, Jimmy Carter. It failed for Jimmy in that last hour of his presidency to be a hero. Trump's team went in and rescued the guy. Took down a bunch, nobody was hurt.
That's great. I've got a cousin who was a Navy SEAL.
Really? That's a lot of, I respect those guys.
Yes.
A lot of work into that. As we look at our next story, I don't know if you went into Walmart at any given time, but I went in there last week and there wasn't near a gun nowhere.
No, I haven't gone back in that section, but
I was standing there thinking, man, it's been a run on guns. And then I heard the story of they had taken them out in case there's a riot with the elections of certain locations.
Oh, well, that's probably smart.
Then the next day they go, oh, wait a minute, we made a mistake. And then they put them all back on the shelves. So I don't know what Walmart is really thinking.
Yeah.
But
I don't know either, but I know I haven't been back in that section in a while. I mean, I think since we.
But they're supposed to be, they never took the guns out of the store. They went and locked them up, and if you wanted to buy one, you could ask for it. But it was not on a shelf. But supposedly they rethunk it, and have placed them all back on shelves. I hadn't been back to see, but
Some people are just unstable. They don't even need to be allowed in.
Well, I mean,
the gun section.
Well, you look at those big stores. I mean, in them towns where they're stealing everything.
Yeah.
I get their point, what they were after. Not so much on the rural route.
Yeah.
And this over the weekend, wow, we're going to miss him. One of an all-time favorite there, Sean Connery.
I did not realize that he was as old as he was.
Well, he was old when he done all of the Indiana Jones movies.
Because he was like 90 years. I cannot believe he was 90 years old.
He sure was. But boy, what a career he had. Mr. James Bond. He really set the bar for that.
Yeah, he did. He was a good James Bond. And there's been some that I just didn't really.
Roger Moore I liked.
Yeah, I did
and
too.
then whoever this London, the last guy I didn't like. So the next thing you know, to be politically correct, it'll probably be a woman, wouldn't you think? I mean, we got to get we cannot have James Bond.
It'll probably be a woman that used to be a man and thinks they, who knows? It might be Janet Bond.
It could be. Who knows what's coming to theaters near you, or if we're going to have theaters after this is all said and done.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's just changing every day. It seems like we're headed up this hill, and we just fixing to shoot way down it. I just feel like
Everybody's nervous.
I am so nervous about it. I really am, because there's so many things on the line.
It is, and it's just, and what's the problem, you ask? Well, the problem is people took God out of the family, and the families are gone.
Yes.
The kids don't have a father figure. In a lot of cases, they don't have mother figures to teach them right from wrong.
Right.
And it's a good thing.
And, it sounds so, it's hard to have a conversation with somebody as to why you think that Trump should get it. I don't agree with Trump all the time on what he says. I think that he should keep his mouth shut a lot of times when he's running it. I do. But I think he's done a good job with bringing this country back around.
Oh, economically, you cannot beat it.
And to put God back in the schools when nobody else would think about standing up for that. Just respect for the American flag and respect for America in general. I just think, and jobs and just everything. I don't know. It's just. But
it would be an argument with you of the people that want that. They would argue with you big time of.
Oh, I know, and I don't understand. I just don't quite understand. I think that some people get wrapped up in, and a lot of the young people are for Biden.
Yeah, they are.
Because I feel like if they could, fast forward 20 years from now, I think they might have a different opinion.
With age comes wisdom.
Right.
In any subject.
Because a lot of times, people think about right now, what I want right now, this moment. That's right.
Well,
they
a lot
don't
of
think
people,
about.
They hear free, it won't cost me anything. Well, somebody's got to pay for whatever. But the important thing about all this is go vote. Don't sit here and say, well, you don't like Trump or you don't like Biden if you don't vote. That's what it's all about. You got to do that to express your side of it. If you feel very strongly for Biden, go to the polls tomorrow. Make sure you're there to vote. If you are for Trump, be there. Vote for him. You got to have it. That's the only way we're going to settle all this.
But even more, really research both of these candidates and for what they're for and what they've done in the past as far as for this country, what they've done for this country. I don't agree with everything in their personal lives. That's not really for us to judge, I know, but I just think you should just really.
I see your point on that.
I mean, you really should. You should look at everything they've done and what they stand for, because
unfortunately, not everybody does that.
No, they don't. But
and that there's so far they said more Americans have voted in this election than ever before. That's a good sign. Or is it strictly that people don't want to go to the polls and be around others during the pandemic, and they wanted to go early to get that done? I don't know how to think about that.
I don't either, but I know that it just makes me nervous for my kids and my grandkids. This is a big decision, and it can go either way right now. So just
it's a
I'm
toss
just gonna
up.
pray about it. It's all I know to do. I mean, put it in God's hands and let it be.
It is, and prayer is the answer to most everything.
Yeah.
It is the answer. What am I saying?
It is the answer.
I said that wrong.
It is the answer. But I mean, I just think that God's going to put whoever He wants to be president. He's going to put them in there, no matter what we think, what we say.
It's
and I just believe that.
It's coming.
So anyway.
Polls open tomorrow morning at 7 and we'll close at 7 p.m. We want you there without a shadow of a doubt. We've had a great time this morning. We've got more coming up tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after that. But we'll have your recap of your weather forecast next, all right here with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. No matter who you are, you're going to need groceries at some point in time, and that's what the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is there for, to take care of you with some great bargains and specials this week, starting with a 5-pound bag of grapefruit. You can get that for $3.99. Now, these prices are going to be good through tomorrow night when the store closes. You'll also get sweet potatoes for 49 cents a pound. You can get those red, yellow, orange bell peppers for $1 each. Also, those Bush's Best chili beans, those pinto beans, $1.19 for that 16-ounce can. Along with Heinz ketchup, you can get the Easy Squeeze bottle there for $2 for $4, a 20-ounce bottle. Handy. Y'all remember when all that used to be glass when we were kids, don't you? You could also get the Hungry Jack syrup, $2 for $6 for that 27-ounce jug there. Also, the Jet Puffed marshmallows. If that's your favorite, $1.29 a bag. It'll take care of you. Along with T-bone steaks, the family pack for $8.99. You can get that Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage. Not sausage, but bacon. I don't know why I had sausage on my mind. But $3.29 for a package of that Jimmy Dean. There's some great bacon, too. You can get, if you love, and they are good, chicken tenders. Who doesn't like a chicken tender? You can get the 2-pound bag for $6.99. All of that's at the Piggly Wiggly, including great Coca-Cola products. You can get the 12-ounce cans, the 12-pack, $2 for $9. Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, one place to go, and, of course, that's See Joe. Friendly staff, clean store that really want to take care of you there in Collinsville. Take a left at the four-way stop. Go visit with some friends. Really, really nice folks that want to earn your business. Well, as we go back to weather this morning, of course, brought to you by EMEPA, taking care of us when it comes to this. We move in on the weather, and let's zoom in and take a look at what's going to happen over the next 7 days with our weather. And, well, sometimes you got to turn that on. We come on down to the Meridian area, and almost there. Here we go. And then we pull this up. What we've got today, again, we're going to be 59 to 60 degrees. 42 as you woke up this morning, so about 18 degrees difference from where it is now. As we look at this, 37 tonight, and we're going to have a chance there of getting some frost. Don't forget that. That could be rolling in tonight. And as we roll through Tuesday, 67, and then we get into 75s as we keep seeing that warming trend move right across the area. So we're not going to be in the low 60s yet. We're going to keep that 70-degree weather. I know that a lot of folks were saying, oh, it's too hot. We need that. But it is better than 90-degree weather, and that's what I keep basing things on and going, it's really not that bad. But we do want winter months as we roll into this. Highs of, 60? That'd be okay, 62? That'd be perfect. But there will be some nights that are on the way that it will be extremely cold. We all know that it always does, but we're not quite there yet. So be prepared for a little bit warmer weather, a little bit longer. Well, that's a quick look at weather this morning. I do appreciate you dropping by, spending a few moments with us as we wait for our weather. Overall, a nice week with sunshine most of the days. Going to be breezy today, and not a great day for bow hunting. If you're thinking about doing that after work, I'd hold off and wait till this gust stops. That's the way it kind of shakes out this morning. Again, thank you for spending part of your day with me here at Scotty Ray's Weather. It's certainly a pleasure, and to have you a part of it.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our communities efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by